Hey Benja, what's up?
¿Qué tal, Juan? Buenas tardes.
¿Qué tal? ¿Todo bien?
¿Todo bien? ¿Tú qué tal?
Sí, todo perfecto.
¿Qué tal?
Como Google Summer Code.
He estado bastante ocupado, estresado un poquillo, porque se juntó Google Summer of Code con Google Season of Docs y al final Google Summer of Code ha sido un poquito largo. Toda la parte de, pues desde que se anunció que habíamos sido elegidos, unos meses de muchas contribuciones en la página, el repositorio de la página web, pero bueno, ha sido para bien, pero sí es
Y
verdad
no
que,
empiezan todos a mandar PIAs de repente, ¿no?
bueno, pero
Es
eso es lo
como,
bueno, es lo que queríamos, pero bueno,
está bueno, sí.
bastante trabajo, pero que no me quejo. Ya he tenido 3 días de vacaciones aquí y me han venido muy bien. ¿Tú qué tal?
Lo compensaste entonces.
¿Te has adaptado te vas adaptando a... Hola Greg, ¿cómo estás?
Bien, bien.
Juan, do
¿Qué
you know
tal?
that Greg speaks Spanish?
Oh, I actually didn't. How come?
Because I lived in Texas for 35 years.
Yeah, fair enough. Cool, cool.
No, I learned Spanish in high school, worked several jobs where there were a lot of Hispanic workers, and
Right.
so I had an opportunity to practice it, but I have since moved on from that opportunity, and so I really haven't used my Spanish in probably 20 something years.
Juan, también tengo que decirte que Julian también habla español.
Eso sí sabía un poco. ¿Viste? Bueno, hacemos una llamada todo en español, alguna de estas. Intentamos.
No sé de qué estás hablando.
That's how most people are gonna answer, probably, if we do it. Right?
The most what answer?
That's what most people are gonna say if we attempt to do a JSON schema
Ah,
code in Spanish.
hi.
How is the weather in New York today, Julian? Is it raining?
Um, as they
Raining.
say in French, una puta mierda.
So, so it's rainy or it's cold or
It's
everything
really
together?
cold. In Israel, it was 35 degrees, and here it's probably 12 today, and rainy, and just it feels like I'm in London.
Yeah. Here is not the best, so I was thinking that probably New York was not good this week.
Yeah,
And how is in Bolivia, Juan? It's just hot
It's very
and
weird,
yeah.
actually. It's very abnormal for this time of the year, and it's just going crazy between like really hot and really cold, like alternating every day. So it's a bit insane, but you kind of get both, so can't complain.
But in your case, it's like the one of the factors is the altitude, right? Because maybe you are like 2,000 meters over the sea
Yeah,
or
I am like
more, right?
2,000 meters. Yeah, exactly. It's quite dry actually over here, and but it's usually like typically it's not very dry nor very, and it's not very cold nor very hot, so it's like somewhere in between. But yeah, this year has been going off uh, a lot. But yeah, maybe right now like 25 degrees or something like that. So not bad.
Cool. Hey, Jason, how are you today?
Hello.
Hello. I'm keeping my video off for now because trying not to overwhelm the very limited internet connection I have here.
Are,
So
are, are you complaining about the quality of the Spanish Wi-Fi network or something like that, Jason?
yeah, there's nothing they can do about it.
So it's your second week here, right?
Yep. Well, I guess tomorrow will be the start of my second week.
What about? Or just roaming around? Spain.
Hey, Jeremy.
Hey guys, how are you?
Hello.
We just speaking about weather in different regions
Oh.
of the world. Yeah, and we haven't started yet, but maybe this is the right time. Jeremy, are you in Europe, by the way?
No, New Jersey.
Cool. So if in Julian said that weather in New York was really bad, so New Jersey maybe a little bit better or the same.
I mean, I guess it depends on what you consider really bad.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, it's starting to get humid. It's raining a little bit, but I wouldn't say it's bad per se. But
Yeah, if it's just a bit
Yeah.
rainy,
Yeah.
I like it.
I mean, it's May. It should be warm, and it's raining. So, you know.
Yeah, I think Julian has very top standards when it comes to weather, right?
Yes. Only weather.
Okay, folks. So it was a great conversation, but it's 6 minutes, 7 past the starting time. So let's get started. I'm going to share my screen. 1 second. This is today's agenda, but before start the discussion, very quickly, let's do some housekeeping and let me review the meeting etiquette. We are going to record this meeting to share it with the community and also in our YouTube channel. But if someone in the room is against sharing this publicly, just send me a message and I'll take care of not uploading this one. Otherwise, this will be online tomorrow. We encourage everyone to challenge any language or behavior that is harmful, not inclusive, or against our code of conduct. And we'll try to stay on mute when other people is speaking and use the Zoom reactions for us to understand to speak. And this is it. This is today's agenda. We have one topic added by Ben, but I don't know if he's connected. So if he's not connecting, maybe we will skip it. It's regarding the a draft pull request with a proposal for launching a ambassadors program, a proposal made by myself. Second topic added by me, and is regarding the adopters markdown file and the landscape project, because I think that we have kind of duplicity, and I'm just today publish a proposal to discuss about that. And the last topic added by Greg regarding the software, the spec development lifecycle. But we are still on time of adding more items to the agenda. So if you have something in mind, just edit the issue, add a comment, or send me a message. Any comment before starting? All right. You usually start reviewing the action items pending from the previous call, but the previous call was canceled because we didn't have items in the agenda, so nothing to review this time. So let's start with today's agenda. Is it okay if we invert the order? Greg, are you okay starting with your topic?
Yep, that's fine.
Cool. Go ahead. Did
So-
you like me stop sharing the screen?
Oh, no, it's fine.
Okay,
So I have
please.
this PR. Is for the initial SDLC process that we'd like to put in place. It's components of the larger discussion that's linked from the PR I shared probably about a month ago. The PR's been up for about a month, and I really just need an approval on it so that we can get it merged. I want to stress that document is not set in stone. So this is really a initial go at the process, and we can tweak it as necessary moving forward. One thing I haven't done for this is an ADR. I can add that if we need to. I'm not sure whether we need to, considering the document itself. But once we get that in place, I think we can start actually working on making some changes to the spec, which would be great. So really, I just need an approval on that PR so I can merge it.
So this is a call for reviewers. So if you guys have time, take a look, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I uh, thought I had approved it, but I guess I only reviewed it and the green button or whatever. I'll approve that.
Thank you.
Great. And in case of one question from my side, considering that JSON approve and this is merged, so actually you have some changes in mind, Greg, to start with?
Yeah, the first thing I think that we need to do is the discussion that I created, that Jason and I had poured over for a few months, calls out a few features that need to be extracted from the spec so that they can be added in as proposals. I think Jason and I still need to figure out that proposal format, but I think that's the first bit of work, is pulling out the things that are going to be experimental features. And then once we've done that, then we can start manipulating the spec in other ways. But I think the first task is to get those experimental features out and put them into proper proposals.
Yep, makes sense. Can I make another question, Greg?
Yeah.
So I don't remember the exact number of issues we have in the spec repo. Do we need a kind of repeat a 3H process or recategorize the issues or something? Or is this okay, leave them as it is and focus in the core features of?
Somewhere I have a list of actual issues that need to be addressed. I need to find that again. I went through a bunch of them and triaged a lot of them, ended up closing a good portion of them. But it probably would be good to repeat that exercise.
Yeah, I think so, because I think I take this as an opportunity to make it easy for everyone to understand what is the current status and the issues that are in progress or part of the new features or the experimental features. So as in addition to this triage exercise, probably I will suggest exploring using project boards or something like that to make it more visual, even if.
Yeah, I've got
I
one.
think- Cool. Okay, sounds great to me.
Yeah, I can share that too. Let's see.
I think we explore using one when we try to make it define another push to the spec before this proposal, but probably it's the same board. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. That helps a lot. Thank you. Any other comment regarding the specification development lifecycle proposal and the pull request and the next steps.
I think we're good.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Greg and everyone. So I'm going to share my screen again and let's go back to the agenda and let's continue with the reverted order. And this is a discussion that I created today regarding the kind of duplicity that I found between the adopters file and the new landscape project. Very quickly, I'm going to show what we have in the adopters file. So the adopters file basically it was our first attempt to put together the companies that are using JSON schema, and actually they accepted to be added here in some way, or they requested, right? We started adding here the use cases, the published use cases, the JSON schema in production videos, and afterwards we added other companies, and this helped a lot to attract new adopters, probably to grow our channels, to generate momentum in the community and also in the industry about JSON schema. But this is not very visual, right? As soon as this grows like 100 or more, it's going to be difficult to manage, and the developer experience is not the best. And it happens to be that recently we launched the JSON schema landscape. Let me improve and as of now, the landscape is showing the same adopters, but visually, the sponsors, and just in tools, we are just adding a link to our tools page because most of the tooling doesn't have a logo, so it's going to be difficult to represent. So as of now, it's just this. Practically, let's see how it ends strategically. But basically, what we have here in the adopters is the same thing. And if we go to the docs, in adopters, we are referring to the same adopters. If in the future someone, a company, asked to be added to the adopters file, what we need to do is add them here and also add them here. My proposal in this discussion basically is moving forward, focus just in the landscape and add a comment in the adopters file redirecting to the landscape, because I think that is more powerful, more visual, and as it grows, it's going to include more companies and different views of our ecosystem. So in the end, the goal is the same, but much more powerful, and also including filters that they are working on enabling that. So yeah, I'm just asking for feedback about this. And
Well, I mean, one thing that it's clear, I think, well, at least I'm not seeing it, but in the adopters of Markdown file, you also are recording the points of contacts, specific people, in every company. Can we still keep that on the landscape?
there is a possibility to add custom fields. So we just need to check if those fields are going to be visualized or not, or maybe we will need to make some adjustments. But it's possible to keep custom files. So probably this is just the only the additional thing that we need to add. So yeah, I think that is possible. We haven't tested yet, but it's possible. And probably moving forward, I also suggest, instead of asking the companies to proactively ask or accept to be added here, I'm suggesting do the opposite. If we find a company that publicly has documentation that expose that they are using JSON schema, add them here directly but enable a way for them to ask to be removed if they like to. So make it easier to add more companies, basically, to accelerate the
So,
growth of the landscape.
so on the landscape, if you hover over a company, does it give you details about, or hover over one of the adopters? Does it give you information about that adopter?
Sorry, can you repeat
Yeah.
the question?
Yeah, so okay, so you've hovered over and it brings up this pop-up. We should be able to throw in yeah, links to the people and the use case and other things in this and in the pop-up, I would expect.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got website and stuff there, so I think that would be a good place to put the stuff that Juan was talking about.
Mm.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, we need to check what is the behavior of the custom fields, because I know that we can add more links here. I don't know exactly how many, but for custom information like that example specifically with a link with the email of someone, something that we need to check. So yeah, it's important in case of deciding to move forward with the landscape, we need to check that.
Yeah, well, we have that text down there at the bottom as well, so we can throw stuff in there, I expect. I don't know. The other thing is, where is this data coming from? I imagine this is not just built in HTML. This I expect it's probably data driven. Where is that coming from, and can we use that as a single source of information for both the website and perhaps that markdown document?
As you said, is 100% data driven. We are using a project called Landscape 2 from the CNCF, the Linux Foundation, and all the information is in a YAML file. So it's like hierarchically organized in categories, and everything is in there. So probably we can find a way to rebuild the markdown. So if we decide to keep both, maybe we can find a way to automatize the content. But just that makes sense. For me, it's like when I suggested using adopters is because I thought that the landscape is going to be something difficult to have in the short term. So it was like the initial state of the ecosystem or the representation of the ecosystem. But lucky us, we have this landscape running. So
Yeah.
I think that the purpose is we can have it keep it with the landscape, but it's just my opinion. So I'm not asking for feedback today. It's just bring this topic to the table and get more opinions to see what is the best next step about this. But this got accelerated because of all the people coming from Google Summer of Code and Google Season of Docs. So yeah, sometimes this happens. So you have a project live soon than expected. Any other comment?
Well, one that I dropped also on the thread in the meantime is that I also have like a list of companies using JSON schema on the awesome JSON schema project that I had. We should probably go and like merge all of those into the landscape, and then I can get rid of that section and just link to the landscape. One of the things I was maintaining on that list, which might be useful, or maybe I don't know if we would want to keep doing it or not, but is apart from showing the company that uses JSON schema, I had like at least a line explaining how they use JSON schema, so at least you can get a sense of what they're doing with it. That might also be a good addition, in the description of every logo on the landscape.
Yeah, you're right. In this first iteration of both landscape and adopters together, we haven't added the explanation of the use case. So if moving forward, we need to first add the explanation of the use case and probably improve it in some cases because it's not extremely clear. It's like just a link or something. And regarding the great list of other adopters you have in Awesome JSON Schema, actually we have some of or most of those in the adopters list, but in the second section in the bottom, like we know that these companies are using JSON Schema, but they haven't applied to the adopters itself. So,
Fair enough.
so we
But
we did
makes sense
something.
what you said, right? Doing the opposite. I think that would be more fun.
I think so. Yeah, because if not, probably the adoption or the growth of the landscape is going to be too slow. Still, we can sometimes reach out to the project asking like, hey, we have this. Are you okay if we add you to the adopters? It's something that I did the past week with the Helm, the project, because I realized that they were using JSON Schema. I reached out to them, and this was a great conversation between two different communities, and probably we can end up collaborating in the future. But yes, I think that is going to be easier and more productive. Just making it easy to remove if you like. So the discussion is there. So take your time, and happy to get more comments in the thread. And if there are no more comments regarding this topic, let's take a look to the last point of the agenda. That was the ambassadors program added by Ben, but Ben is not here. I'm not sure exactly what was the objective he was pursuing and adding this to the agenda. So maybe it's better to leave it to next week if everyone agrees. Right? Are you guys okay if we leave that topic to next week, considering that Ben is not here? Cool. I don't know how to disable. Do you guys saw what my Zoom did? I don't know how to disable. I don't know how that got enabled, but sometimes I make a thumbs up and just the fireworks. Anyways, okay. So I think that we are done with the agenda. If you guys had something in mind, this is the moment to share it. Otherwise, we will be free sooner than expected. Nothing? Cool. Thanks for joining today. And yeah, let's keep discussing in GitHub and Slack. Take care and see you next week. Bye, folks.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Nothing.